Perhaps you're watching this video out of curiosity. Why would a man not drink alcohol for a year? Maybe you yourself are in this situation and you're watching this video in the future because now you've hit that 1 year mark. Or maybe you're just wondering, well, why would you not drink? Like, why would you stop that and continue that? Well, I'm making this video to address that, and I think there's something unique about this. The first thing is, I was never an alcoholic and I was never addicted to alcohol. Like, I wasn't. There are people who have that going on. But for me, I was kind of the opposite. Like, I couldn't really ever even drink enough to even want to, keep going when it was like, for me, I'm like, yep, I'm good. And so I could handle alcohol, but I just didn't want any more beyond that. So I was never addicted, but like, because I would still have a little bit, it was always in my system. Like, whether it was 1 a day or whether it was 3 a week or whatever it is, like over the course of 20 years, I never really went that long without a break. And so back in 2023, I kept finding myself in situations where I was going like a week or two and just coincidentally just not having any kind of alcohol in my system. And every time I did, I was like, well, I actually feel better with none in my system for a week or two now. But then I'd have all I could take is just one beer, and then I would lose that feeling. And so a year ago, January 2024, is when I thought, I think I'm just kind of curious to see what happens if I just go more than a few weeks. And I made it to a month, and I felt just awesome. And then I made it 3 months, and I felt even better. And now it's been a year, and like, I don't want to trade this feeling. I don't want to lose this feeling. I feel so good. And so what I'm going to do is share just 8 reasons why, or benefits, or however you want to say it, of not drinking at all. And I'm not going to say that I'm never going to drink alcohol again, because I don't know. But at the same time, I have no desire to. And here are 8 reasons. I did this for me just so I'll know, but I share this with you. Here we go. Number 1, and no particular order, by the way, but no, it's less calories. I mean, even if you just have low calorie beer or a shot of like pure whiskey, whatever, it's going to be lower calories. But like that's hundreds of calories over the course of a week or a month, whatever you want to say, that I'm not consuming. So those are empty calories too, by the way, not consuming any. Number 2, I'm saving money by default. Okay, there's no way around it. Even if you don't pay much for it, it's still money that you're not spending. Number 3, I'm always the designated driver. Like, there's no possibility I'm gonna end up being able to get a DUI because I had alcohol in my system. Like, that can't happen. I'm always the designated driver. I kind of like that feeling. Number 4, I do feel in more control of all situations. I've said before that I think that it is a feminine act to drink alcohol because you're giving over control instead of gaining control. I think it's masculine to gain control, and I think it's feminine to give up control. That's what I think. And I can tell you that I have more control over my thoughts and my emotions and my decision-making abilities. I feel perfectly awake, and I love that feeling. I don't want to give that up. Number 5, I feel like I've evolved into a more masculine version of myself. And I think one of the concepts, again, is I don't like, and I'll get into the second, but like, there's certain emotions that are more so on the full emotional scope for females. I think men mainly reside in anger and in joy and in passion. And I'm not feeling sad. I'm not feeling lonely. Like, those are emotions I used to have more access to, and now I don't. I feel better, which is, I think, is the overall theme in this. Next up on the list, I have no more anxiety. For years, I had anxiety, and I talked about it. My anxiety is all gone, and I think part of the thing is you remove alcohol from your system, whereas you're giving up control, well, you're not having to rebuttal that with your hormones. So like, yeah, it gives me more of that grounded masculine control. Number 7, I feel happier. I've said, this is building up to that. I feel more of that joy that I felt when I was younger. I'm 43, but I feel really good, like pretty much all the time. And then lastly, I like myself better now. Like, on top of feeling better, I like who I am better, having no alcohol. And again, not an alcoholic, was not addicted, never had any kind of issues with that. I could totally handle alcohol in every possible way. But I just don't want it anymore. Like, it's that simple. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't add value for me. And to be clear, I mean, I've went through plenty of events in 2024 that would have been okay for me to have. Like, I went through the stress of moving and renovating a house. There were times where it would make sense for me to have, like, my 25th high school reunion last year. There was recently at Christmas, my wife's boss got her like a $90 bottle of wine. We had friends over, had a charcuterie board, and I was the only one that didn't have this $90 bottle of wine. But I really don't feel like I'm missing out on anything at all. Like, at all. There's just no emotional connection to that. It won't add value to my life personally. So here's where I am. I don't pass judgment on anyone else for drinking alcohol at all. Like, whatever. But for me, this is where I'm at. I'm a year in, and I like the feeling. And I don't openly talk about it. Like, when I'm around people, I never bring up the fact, oh, I don't drink alcohol. Like, if I'm in a restaurant, I will murmur to the waiter, hey, do you have anything that's non-alcoholic? Like a non-alcoholic beer, I'll take something like that. And if not, no big deal. I don't broadcast this. I am on this video, but most people in real life that I know aren't watching this video. You're watching it. And you don't know me personally, most likely. So there we go. A year in, I think I'm going to renew my subscription. I think I'm going to go another year. Again, not saying I never will, but I just don't understand the personal incentive why I would want to, and I'm happier without it. Those are my reasons. I would love to hear from you. Your comments belong right here.